You're arriving at level 9. Miss Weiwei's office. Please enter.
Hey guys, I'm sorry for making you wait. I'm back. I'm back at work. I was out about today. I had a lot of things to do.
Not really, okay.
This morning, I went to get my hand tattoo. Yes. You can't see it very well, but I had a tattoo appointment. My parents don't know. Right, my dad's in China. He probably won't see this because of like VPN issues. My mom might see this and Mom, if you're watching this, I love you so much and I'm sorry. I love it so much. If you want to know the meaning behind it, the journey, whatever, blah, 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 all that jazz, check out my vlog page. I will be posting my tattoo experience on my vlog page very soon. If you're interested, check it out. Link in description. But yeah, let's get started on today's episode, okay? A lot of you have been sending me stuff like this and asking me to make a video about this, and I have a lot of inside info too, and some personal experiences with the creators that I'm about to talk about today. Okay, so the AEMLIST and HYOGA drama. I wanted to make it because I've spoken to HYOGA personally, and I want to share my experience from that side. And I've never directly spoken to AEMLIST and Akim, but I have had I guess you could call legal interactions with them, through YouTube. But yeah, this episode is going to be so interesting.
Lots of drama, lots of petty drama.
I'm not sure you'll learn much from it, but I'll try my best. So yeah, get comfortable, grab some snacks, because this episode is going to get petty. HYOGA versus AEMLIST. Okay, before we start, I just want to make it very clear, I'm not biased. I want to do my best not to get too deeply involved with this drama, okay? I am just commentating. I want to be the mediator, the voice of reason. I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm not being biased. I'm just going to say what I think, in my opinion, what is right and what is wrong, okay? So that's a disclaimer. And yeah, and before I start, I just wanted to let you guys know what happened between me and AEMLIST and HYOGA, individually, separately. I made videos on them because I fundamentally, in my core, know what they did was wrong, okay? I'm not going to target them just because they're big influencers. Sure, that helps me get views, but I'm not going to target every single big influencer. I'm only going to make videos about the people where I actually believe what they did is actually wrong, or some of the thinking is wrong and could lead to certain issues and negative impact. That's the reason that I make my videos. And Ems and Kim's content are just not appropriate, in my opinion. It's so sexual, and it's sexual stuff for young people. It's soft porn. I think it's way too sexual, and their descriptions are getting worse and worse nowadays. They haven't learned much, I don't believe. They delete their comments, every single negative comment. I get it if you delete your comment if some people go a little too far, but YouTube also hides comments. But if you delete every single criticism, you're not in it to grow. You know what I mean? You're not in it to grow. You're not in it to listen to other perspectives and POVs. You're kind of just in it for your own glory, if you'll call it glory. As all of you know, they've sued literally a 14-year-old, and they tried to sue a lot of no profile accounts. They tried to threaten people, threatening to sue them, intimidated people with legal pursuits. They know what they're doing. If I was a 14-year-old and I comment something and then I get blocked, or a DM or a comment from the creator saying we're going to take action, legal action, I'd be terrified. You can't sue everybody. You've just got to adjust. but they haven't adjusted. In fact, they are rewarded with sponsorship from Wattpad. Does Wattpad even read anything that's going on about them? Does Wattpad even know the controversy about them? Like, I guess Wattpad doesn't really care at the end of the day. They want to make moolah as well. As you guys know, I made a video about AEMLIST and Kim's. They took down my video. That video did really well. It was up for like maybe almost 24 hours, and then I get a notification from YouTube that it gets taken down. I was so angry and sad and frustrated because I didn't break any laws, right? I didn't say anything that was slanderous. All I said was the facts. I stuck with the facts. I stuck with my opinion. I didn't say any information that was private. I didn't say anything that crossed the line. I wasn't rude. It was a commentary video. It wasn't just stealing their content and then uploading it. It was a commentary video that I edited myself, spent days on it, and they took it down and falsely copyrighted me. You can't copyright someone if it's their own video and they're commentating above it and they have their own edits and it's not slanderous or any false or misleading information, right? It wasn't any of that. It was under fair use completely. They copy-striked it. I had like 7,000 followers at that time. I really didn't have much, but I appreciated all the 7,000 subscribers back then, still do to this day, but I didn't have much. So it's literally like creators, a big creator with over 1 million followers, literally falsely copywriting my video. I was angry and then I posted this video and then I tried to message Balaki because he was the only other guy that posted a video about them, like a big video. So I messaged him, he didn't reply. He replied like a month ago only. Thank you, Balaki. But he has replied, thank you, Balaki. And then, yeah, basically exactly the same thing happened to him with me. They falsely copyrighted the video, they got it taken down, and then when someone falsely copyrights you, this is the catch, right? You can counter-strike back, which means you can get YouTube to review the video and then take it back, but you have to give them your full name, your email, your phone number, and your address to counter-strike. So basically, Ems and Kim has my address and my mobile number and my email. So if I get doxxed one day, I know who did it. I'm not worried about that, but they do have my address. So that is one of the things that was like, oh, should I do it? But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know I was not being malicious or mean in my video. I have done nothing wrong. I'm going to counter-strike back. And when I counter-strike back, I have to be prepared to give them literally my private information, which I was scared, but I did it anyway. And then second of all, I had to wait, I think 10 business days. During those 10 business days, if they leave my counter-strike, then YouTube will put my video back up. But if Ems and Kims do decide to review my video, that means they have to file a proper legal lawsuit and upload that onto YouTube in order for YouTube to properly and permanently take that down. So that's basically what it is. I gave them my private information. I was like, look, I'm counter-striking back. And then they get to counter-strike back one more time with a legal lawsuit, and if they don't do that, my video goes back up. And they didn't do that, they bluffed. I think it was just all for bluff, because they can't sue every single creator, they just can't.
They would lose because we haven't done anything wrong.
My experience with them was just frustrating, it was just unnecessary, and they have my address, and these people are slightly cuckoo in my opinion. And my video's back up now, yay. It's not like I don't like them, I just think that they played a little dirty. Because this is YouTube. I'm commentating respectfully. I am doing things right, ethically, legally, by them and by YouTube. They can't do that. They played it dirty. So these two people, I don't hate them. I don't even dislike them. I don't have enough energy for that. I would just say that they play things dirty and incredibly threatening. They try to intimidate people. That's their game. Unattuned to criticism. Live in their own bubble, and that could get quite dangerous and suffocating. But that's their life. I hope that they make changes and I hope that they heal and improve. Obviously, I wish everyone would do that. Then the world will be a better place. But that's that. And then I have my interaction with HYOGA. It's funny because HYOGA messaged me after he saw my video. HYOGA said, "Hi, Miss Weiwei. I saw your YouTube video about me and I commented on it. Please check it out, best." And then I was like, oh my God, HYOGA messaged me. And then I posted a screenshot of HYOGA in my inbox. saying, hi, Miss Wei, I saw your YouTube video, but I didn't open it. And I didn't open that for ages too. Like I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. I just like didn't open it. And I put 3 like skull faces. Like basically, I was basically like, ooh, like this was my reaction. I was like, ooh. And then Teddy was like, I don't know where all the hate on your side is coming from. We both left a comment saying you made a lot of valid comments in your video, which we both thought was good. If you just don't like us, that's fine. But I expected better from a girl's girl. And then I was just like, I'm not going to respond to them. And then I get a message from HYOGA that made me respond. And he said, why do you delete people's comments on your video, including mine, and then go ahead and post this story? I had nothing bad to say towards you. I thought you were reasonable in some points of your video, but just screenshotting your DMs and posting it is really low. I will not copy strike you for using my work without my permission, but I was really hoping for an open exchange where we could learn something.
First of all, Miss Wei Wei never even saw the comment, let alone delete it. Second of all, you can't copy strike the content because it's under fair use and done legally and ethically. Period.
I didn't want to open the message because I don't want to get involved in their drama. I made a video about them, done, boom. I'm not looking for friendship. I'm not looking for hate. I'm not looking to learn something from someone. He started that paragraph with, why do you delete people's comments? So it kind of triggered me into opening the message because I didn't delete their comment. I didn't see their comment. It could have been YouTube hiding it, but I don't think they would have said anything rude, so I don't see why YouTube would hide their comment. But there was no comment from either of them. So my comments are all turned off because I can't go through every single comment. I get hundreds of comments a day. So I turned my comments off and I was like, okay, that's a lie. Like I get hundreds of hate comments on certain videos. I don't delete those comments. I don't care. I have literal comments asking to sue me and threaten me, and I don't even read it or respond or delete them. I don't delete YouTube comments unless if it was this video where a lot of people were slandering God and like talking really badly about God, then I would remove comments. That's like one of the biggest reasons why I would delete comments, but I had no reason to delete HYOGA's comment. I'd be pretty happy if HYOGA and Teddy commented on it, saying that they thought my points were reasonable. Like, why would I delete that? I would leave that there or even pin it. So to me, this was bluff. I was like, okay, he probably said this just to get me to respond to him. And it worked. It really worked. I didn't reply to Teddy's message because I don't think not responding to you has nothing to do with being a girl's girl. And also, she's not my girl's girl. Like, she's not my friend. I'm not obligated to respond to her in any sense. So I never opened Teddy's comment or replied to her. I thought that was purely just emotional. I felt hugely misunderstood. I don't know what's happening, but if that was their intention, which I think it is, they got me to respond. They did. I said, lol, I never even opened this message or even bothered to read your comment. I don't delete comments. I'm not insecure. I said, if you want to copy strike it, please go ahead, do what you need to do. I don't really care. But don't make up things about me. At least be factual.
Peace. Kiss.
And he said, hi, my comment got deleted. So got Teddy's. Maybe it's because you blocked me. You can't block people on YouTube. Not even going to explain myself further because I just didn't delete their comment. This is ridiculous. But it worked. It got me to respond. But he said, I wrote that I think that you are not wrong on some of the topics. And I also wouldn't say that I never made the mistakes on my journey as a content creator. However, there are some things that I think you are mistaken about, but I can see why you made those assumptions from your POV. Rebelling against God, etc. It shows me that I have done a poor job communications my values across the platforms. I wouldn't make stuff up about you. I assumed you deleted them because my comments were gone. You even pointed out yourself that I'm not a liar. And no, I'm not copy striking anyone's content ever, unless they just download my content and pretend it's theirs. And then I said, I swear to God, I didn't delete your comment. I don't care. And he said, I believe you. And then he said, I don't think you're ill-hearted. I just made the wrong assumption. I said, thank you for your message. I appreciate it. I wish you and Teddy the best. And he said, I also wrote in that comment, if you want, I am open for a call. Recorded or not, recorded, up to you. Where I have the chance to clear some things up or where you can ask me questions. Doesn't have to be now, can be in the far future. Whenever you like, whenever you feel like doing it. If you feel like doing it at all. And I said, thank you. And I understand where you're coming from. And please excuse my bluntness, but I mean, like, would it change anything, if it can make a better impact in the world and for the fans out there, and also you and Teddy's content, I see a reason for it. But if it's just for clout, I feel like there's no point. And he said, no, not for clout. Doesn't have to be recorded. Your video opened my eyes on some things. To be honest, I really am a man of God, and I try my best to follow the teachings of Jesus. And seeing you pointing out some things made me realize that I probably need to do a better job communicating that. Posting a Bible verse in my story once in a while is not enough. You pointed out 2 posts, the one where Teddy is in the box and the one with the belt around her neck. Those exact 2 posts got taken down by TikTok, and I also had a feeling when uploading them. And I also had a bad feeling when uploading them, but I ignored those feelings and moved forward posting that. I was a little upset with your video at the beginning, but it made me realize that I need to improve on some points. I am thankful for that. And of course, you can leave the video up. I don't have a problem with someone making content about me, even if it's negative. I know that some creators just go ahead and sue everyone around them and threaten them. I think he's talking about Kim and AEMLIST. So I get that you are careful and all that. You can take a lot of time to think and come back whenever you feel like you're ready. And I said, I appreciate this message and I wish you the absolute best. And I think God would be proud. I'll have a think, love and guidance. And he said, you too.
And then we just never spoke again.
Yet. Okay, but the thing is, look, I'm not going to assume anything, but I didn't delete those comments. And if he commented appropriate things, I don't see why YouTube will hide it. So HYOGA, if you're watching,
did you do that to trigger me into replying, no hate, just wondering, well played?
wow, well played, you played a little dirty, but well played. I did respond to you, but I respect a man like that. He didn't earn my trust because I think he used a little bit of tactic there to get me to respond. But he did earn my respect in the sense that he explained himself. He was very vulnerable and opened up to me about his journey with God, about the things that he did wrong. He put down his ego and we had a great connection through that. A short and sweet conversation about some self-retrospection and self-reflection. I really appreciate that and he's earned my respect. And it shows that he is someone that reflects on himself, has some level of conscience. Okay, I'm not saying that HYOGA is 100% doing the right thing right now still on his platforms. I think that there are still some things that are a bit
off and weird.
And I pray that he tries to walk closer with God like he said he wants to in our message between each other. But he earned my respect in that sense. Okay, so that is what I will say, my impression of these 2 people personally. Now that I've cleared some things up about some things, let's get into the drama between AEMLIST and HYOGA. Let's go. This is gonna be a long day for me, long afternoon for me. So this is what happened. And also I want to thank every single subscriber for sending me things. You know who you are. Appreciate you guys so much, literally. And I want to give a special shout out to Handan. She has sent me so many voice messages, giving me updates about everything. Thank you so much for the tea. Special shout out to Nikki and a special shout out to Natasha and so many more. There are so many of you. I'm so sorry if I can't get your name in. Okay, so AEMLIST posts this like friggin' 20-page highlight on her story. It goes, everything has 2 sides of the story. Here's ours. There has been a lot of things said about us recently, especially by this creator HYOGA.x, including false accusations, twisted narratives, and even mockery of our legal actions. And while we're staying quiet, we know many of you deserve to hear our side. This will be the only time we speak on it. After this, we move forward.
Please move forward.
But before we start, let us show you how everything truly begun. 1, before all of this, we were friends. I never thought I had to say this publicly, but we are. HYOGA wasn't just someone I knew, he was my friend, not Teddy, his girlfriend. It was always him I talked to. When he started YouTube, he was new, unsure, and almost gave up. I spent my time replying to his DMs, encouraging him and sharing everything I knew because I believed in him. I never gatekeep, I gave him tips, motivation, even strategies to go viral, because seeing my friend win makes me happy. I'm going to say this for both of them. Going viral with sexual and BDSM and dark themed 50 Shades of Grey type of sexual content, I don't think that's a good thing. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's anything to be proud of. I think that they can make really sweet couples content without
going down the sexual route, the creepy sexual route, but
You played a dirty girlfriend. Not sure you should have the credibility to teach and coach other content creators, but like, at least she meant well. I think what she's saying is she wants to show that she's cared for someone, cared for him, and she's helped him, right? I was genuinely proud of him. Every little success, congratulated him with all my heart. I didn't have to do any of that, but I wanted to because that's the kind of friend I was. Aww. Remember that interview with Bella Hadid and they were like, what's something that you hate about yourself? I'm too kind. What's something that you love about yourself? I'm too kind.
Okay, Bella, best habit.
I guess being kind?
Worst habit.
I guess being kind.
I always tried to be there to support, encourage, and remind him not to give up. These weren't for content. These were genuine moments from someone who cared. Okay, that's cute. Despite the types of content, I get it. This was one of the many times I helped him. I still remember writing all this while I was out with my husband. He needed guidance and I gave it out without hesitation. This is what I mean when I say I never gatekeep. I share everything I knew because I genuinely wanted him to grow. I thought he was a friend, I really did. I put in every word I said, protecting them, being proud of them, being there no matter what. But now looking back, maybe I was just loyal to the wrong person. Before any of this started, there were already people accusing HYOGA of copying me, but I never once agreed with them. I confronted him, backed him up, and even used my own platform to ask people to stop attacking him. I chose kindness, I chose to protect him, and that's what makes everything that followed even more disappointing. Yeah, I think that's where the drama happened. The copying, like who's copying who? I think HYOGA got inspiration from them, and then Kim and AEMLIST copied a style of their video too, and it just got messy from there. Like, I think that's where things started to get deadly and petty. 2. Things slowly changed. Not long before this, I stood up for HYOGA when people accused him of copying me. I defended him publicly and reminded everyone that no one owns a trend. So when we worked with the same brand, we were given the exact same brief. I thought he'd understand, but instead he assumed we copied him and got upset. And some grace I gave him wasn't given back to me. I think I was right about that. I think the copying is what made both of them angry. Like, it's what started it. I don't think that HYOGA's the only person that copied. I think there were copying or inspiration from both sides, and both of them felt, I think, from friendship, maybe if you call it, turned into competition. I apologized multiple times even though we were just following the brand's brief. I even asked if giving him credit would make things okay, but instead of having a proper conversation, I met with sarcasm, blame, and ego. I stayed kind, but it became clear. The energy was no longer mutual. I think it's ego on both parts. I think both of them have egos and pettiness. I don't think that it's all just from one side or the other. This is why I don't want to take sides.
I don't want to take sides because, first of all, like I said in the beginning, I don't agree with either of their content or either of the characteristics that they've shown. Look, I'm not going to say I don't have an ego. I am nowhere near perfect. I am deeply flawed, but I'm just saying.
I think that in this situation, they have the same negative traits in this pettiness. They are both petty in their own ways. No one's 100% wrong or 100% right. I'm such a good mediator.
People should hire me to be a mediator.
I might go to law school after this video.
Okay, Miss Weiwei, relax, and let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
This was the exact brief we received from the brand. The link they gave us, it was HYOGA's video. We were asking to follow it, so we did. We were just doing our job, nothing more. This was the breaking point. I once made a mistake by calling out a hater in my broadcast. It wasn't the right move, and I've learned from it. Not everything deserves a reaction. I'm human too. But instead of talking to me like a friend, HYOGA cuts ties with me completely. Yes, I was hurt. I thought we were friends. Again, I was wrong. Maybe this is her putting her ego down a little bit. Or maybe it's just a manipulation tactic. I don't know, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of doubt. I didn't need blame. I needed a friend. Instead of giving advice or understanding me, he brought up mistakes I made a long time ago. Mistakes I've already apologized for publicly more than once. Mistakes that were already settled. Yes, there was a time I lashed out. I was overwhelmed, emotional, and hoping for support from people I cared about. I owned it. I made peace with it, and I learned from it. Did you though? You still delete comments. Like, I'm talking every single negative comment to this day. If you learn from it, you let it go. But I feel like if she stops deleting comments now, it's going to be like the Clara Dow situation.
I said her name right for once. Yes!
Her comment section might just be flooded with hate. So she can't really stop deleting comments now. Anyway, but he kept using it to define me, but reminding me of where I slipped instead of seeing how far I've grown. I'm human, I've made mistakes, but I didn't deserve to go punished for growing. Girlfriend, I have to say this, I'm glad that you're growing. Go you, slay for growing, but this is not the best excuse, I'm sorry. Like, growing would be not deleting hate comments, not continue to make really sexual descriptions. Like, maybe, yeah, keep making your Wattpad life, but growing would be publicly addressing the exaggeration of your wealth, letting comments just flow and be natural, and then learning from that and turning your comment section around naturally, because then you're actually growing. Then your comment section are actually real and unfiltered. They're natural reactions and real opinions. That would be proper growth.
But yeah, anyway, each to their own.
I've already addressed this not once but multiple times. I've apologized, I explained, the situation was settled, but it's hard to heal when someone keeps reopening a wound you already closed. I don't think HYOGA is the issue here. I think HYOGA may have made things a little more sticky, but I don't think HYOGA was ever the issue to your online criticism and some of your wounds, but yeah. But instead of guiding me as a friend, he kept throwing them back at me. That's not care, that's judgment. What hurts most wasn't the mistakes I made. It was realizing that friend I once defended couldn't do the same for me. I actually don't think that HYOGA said anything too wrong just in this particular message. He kept reminding me of my past, but when I pointed out what he did, suddenly I was a villain. I admit I snapped. It was my mistake, but I was hurting too. I'm just human. Okay, this is getting a little repetitive. His girlfriend made fun of me for threatening minors with lawsuits, but do not realize how long I've been dealing with these accusations. Over a year of stress, breakdowns, and legal threats, and now they turn my pain into a joke. It's not funny, it's cruel. You did that to yourself! I'm sorry, okay, I will have to say this. Teddy seems like a girl that's quite emotional. Like, she seems a little overly emotional just from one interaction I've had with her. She needs to calm down and ask questions instead of making accusations. I do get that. Teddy can be overly emotional. But, I'm sorry, Ems, in this sense, you kind of did that to yourself. If you didn't threaten a 14-year-old or become sort of a low-key, high-key problematic influencer, there wouldn't be this to begin with. So I'm sorry, but that one's on you. But I get it. At the same time, Teddy, that girl needs to chill every now and then.
Love you, Teddy.
But you need to chill sometimes, girlfriend.
This is not just about HYOGA anymore. His girlfriend, Teddy, has openly made fun of my situation, supported hate pages, and even laughed at the struggles I've been through. The same people mocking me now are the ones who know what I've dealt with over a year of accusations, harassment, and mental toll. But instead of empathy, they turned it into a joke. Okay, let me screenshot all of this, just in case it gets deleted and I have no reference point. So I need to screenshot this before it goes away. I feel like the biggest weirdo right now, just screenshotting.
I promise I don't care that much.
I've been struggling with people mocking my face, especially my nose, accusing me of Photoshop. It's been painful, and seeing them joke and talk about it publicly, it broke me. Whoa, Teddy said you have to pay for my nose job. Look, I don't think that any of these people deserve hatred. It's not that they deserve it or not, it's just the consequences. If you are going to have certain actions and things, you're going to have consequences. Not saying they deserve it, but it happens. 1 + 1 = 2, right? They don't deserve it, but the consequences are what you guys are seeing. And look, I don't think Teddy's a bad person. Teddy doesn't deserve hate. And AEMLIST has her own insecurities. I'm sure we all do. You have to pay for my nose job. Like, making fun of someone's appearance, you can say like,
look, you heavily edit your photos. Blah, 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 blah.
Stick to the facts. This is when it gets nasty. When you make fun of other people's appearances. That's not cool. Even if someone deeply hurts me, I wouldn't take that route. I just kind of ignore it and be like, whatever. Like, people have called me ugly so many times on my video exposing...
What's her name?
Oh, the Wiz Liz. Literally, her fans went ham on me. Her fans were calling me ugly and disgusting, saying like, I should go date broke man and like, no man will like me. Like, they went crazy with it. And I didn't sue anyone. I didn't even respond. Like, it's just what it is on the internet. You know what I mean? But I get it if it's like someone you knew and helped once and then they did that, it would hurt more. But I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool that anyone does it. I can understand that Teddy is a really, really overly emotional girl, and I think that's something that she needs to work on. Being overly angry can cause you issues like this. Now it's backfiring. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's actually really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. And I still apologized. Even after everything, I still tried to settle things peacefully. I acknowledged my mistakes. I said I'm sorry, and I appreciated everything they've done for us in the past. But did they ever apologize for the way they hurt me, for mocking me, for turning their backs on me when I needed support? Not once. Mocking my relationship, calling my husband's card fake, saying our marriage is just for show. We've been together since 2020. We are legally married. We've built everything we have side by side. Again, he knows how much our issues has affected my mental health. He knows the pain behind it, yet he still chose to mock it for attention. How is this okay? Please tell me your girlfriend. We can definitely sue. Mine is from another country and we already did.
This is sticky. It's getting sticky.
Again, you're using my old breakdowns to discredit me, even though I've already apologized and made peace with it publicly a few times. I'm just human. I broke down, I made mistakes, but I owed up to them. You know it broke me, you know it's been settled, but you still chose to use it just to hurt me again. Mind you, the issue he mentioned was a year and 3 months ago and has nothing to do with him. Yeah, HYOGA's going ham on this couple. I don't know, maybe there's some other issues that we don't know about, but HYOGA's angry. He's losing it. He didn't even get that angry with me, but he's like firing back shots. Maybe there's something that we don't know about that's triggered him. Not only that, they accuse me of using alt accounts to shame them without a single proof. If you're going to make such a claim, I hope you can provide actual evidence. Until then, please stop spreading accusations. I'm gonna believe her when she says this. Because you guys heard of what I said in the beginning about like deleting comments, I'm actually going to believe this one. I don't think she made fake accounts. I genuinely believe that they might have lied about that because I never freaking deleted their comments. I didn't. I think they did that to trigger me in some way. So I believe this with my freaking heart. I know what it feels like to get wrongly accused. So I think that this lies from both sides. I really do. I believe that AEMLIST is being more genuine just in this sense. Not saying throughout the entire thing, just in this sense, she's being more genuine. I will never body shame anyone because I know exactly how it feels. I've been body shamed countless times and it's something that's something that sticks with you. If you want to talk bad about me, please do it with facts, not false accusations. I agree with that. If the shoes fit, wear it. I never mention names. Not everything is about you. If you weren't bothered, you wouldn't be this triggered. Maybe stop stalking us and move on.
I mean, like,
I feel like everything triggers Teddy. But I feel like HYOGA and AEMLIST friendship would have hurt more because they actually had something. Like they actually had a friendship. And maybe Teddy's a little jealous. Maybe Teddy's jealous of the friendship. Like it has to get to you, having your boyfriend get coached by another girl and then now they're blowing up and getting angry at each other and then Teddy's like, yeah, screw you. I hated you anyway. I'm just assuming. That's not the case, but I'm just assuming. They claimed I copied their pineapple video. Just to clarify, we took inspiration from someone else entirely. And the original video was posted before theirs even existed. If you're going to accuse someone, at least check your timeline first. They've been accusing me of copying them, but here's the thing. They copied others without even ever crediting. This isn't a trend, this is a full copy. So if you're going to throw around words like originality, maybe start by checking your own page first. Let me help you. I think she tagged another creator whom they've copied.
Yeah, they did entirely copy it.
I'm starting to believe all of this because my first interaction with them was just being tricked into it. They just completely made up something, right? I know like AEMLIST and Kim went harsh on me and falsely copyrighted my video, but they never like said anything to trigger me into talking to them or like responding to them. They kind of just took their own action. So in this sense, I believe what they're saying with the falsely accusing and making up certain things because that's the same experience that I had with HYOGA. You want to talk about red flags? Let's talk about your men following and interacting with half-naked girls online while being in a relationship with you and somehow you're calling us the red flag. Not going to lie. At least Kim's has presented himself to be a loyal, a sexual, a dirty sexual husband, but at least he's loyal. HYOGA, I can't say the same thing about you. Liking revealing photos from other girls. Like if my boyfriend did that, he wouldn't even be in my life. Like I wouldn't even date a guy like that. But then again,
I'm not Teddy.
That shit just doesn't fly with me. I wouldn't date a guy like that. There are evidence and proof of like HYOGA liking girls with like
their boobies out.
It shows that a man is driven by lust. That the man, I'm not saying the man's evil, I'm just saying that man hasn't properly matured yet. They're chasing lust. They're chasing after that feeling, that lustful feeling, that gratification of seeing hot girls. Like, they're not ready to be in a relationship, a long-term serious one anyway, or marriage. There's no way I date someone like that ever. It just ends up hurting. Like, it has nothing to do with insecurities either. If you can clearly see a man is not serious or mature yet, they're still chasing after lust and driven by their lust, it's not insecurities. I'm not hurting because I'm insecure. I'm hurting because that man is a man-child and he's not ready to date yet. Why would I let myself get hurt by someone like that when I can date an actual man that's ready and knows the sins and his own flaws, and we can work on certain things together, right? So this has nothing to do with insecurities, which is apparently what Teddy said. Teddy called out AEMLIST for being insecure and called out other girls for being insecure. It's funny how she just randomly goes around accusing people for hating, like the message that she sent to me, for hating and not being a girl's girl, when she is like the biggest. This is what I mean by girls that constantly throw out like, you're not a girl's girl. Girls that say that are the biggest not a girl's girl. Not a girl's girl. Bit of tongue twister for you guys. Teddy needs to grow up, but then again, Teddy and HYOGA are both immature in my opinion. I think everyone in this world has things that they need to work on. But for this particular few stories, I'm empathizing
with and listen to Kim.
Accused of being fake and a red flag while your man's out here following half-naked girls like it's a sport. Make it make sense. If you're unhappy with your own man, don't project it onto mine. It's not just about following. HYOGA actively likes these posts too, but somehow wear the red flag. Liked by who? Ooh. I understand you might accept whatever he does because you're not insecure, but this was never about insecurity. It's about how he values you and the relationship, how much he respects you as a partner, a girlfriend, and soon his wife. You're an amazing woman, and I mean that. But please don't let anyone manipulate you into settling for less than you deserve. Here's the truth, ladies and gents. If you are overly emotional and you cannot control your emotions, you will be controlled by anyone and anything else. If you're overly emotional and you cannot rule your own body and you cannot rule your own mind and your thoughts and your emotions, other people will rule it for you. Social media will rule it over you. Demonic energy will rule over you. Your emotions will rule over you. How other people behave will always rule over you. You will not be able to make clear decisions, healthy decisions, and stable decisions. So I don't think this is completely Teddy or HYOGA's fault. And I believe that everyone is insecure. AEMLIST is insecure. Kim's insecure. Like, they have their own deep insecurities. That's why they've done what they did. And HYOGA and Teddy also have their own insecurities too. I have my own insecurities. I'm not above anyone else. I've got things that I'm deeply insecure about that I just don't talk about online. But I've got my own insecurities. But I'm just saying, in this sense, I don't think Teddy is the only insecure one. I think that everyone is insecure in this story. My subscription content is my choice. We've always made it clear. No minors are allowed in. We have moderators, and any underage accounts trying to sneak in gets kicked out immediately. Don't even get me started on how y'all labeled it Bible studies on your end, but the content inside said otherwise. If you want to talk about hypocrisy, start there. I have to give it, AEMLIST is winning the case. Again, I'm not taking sides, but she's got facts. She's winning me over, and she counter-striked me. This girl can be a lawyer. I want to end this with peace. I'm sorry for the mistakes I've made, for the things I've said before. I'm not perfect. I'm just a human, still learning, still growing. I've made poor choices, trusted the wrong people, and sometimes reacted with emotions I didn't know how to control. There is a proper public apology. I respect that. But being constantly reminded of my past and being mocked for it, that doesn't make anyone stronger. We all have things we've done that we're not proud of, and I've been trying. I've changed, and I'm still trying. Self-retrospection, self-reflection.
Very demure, very cute, very conscious, very switched on.
Another applause. I respect that. But now I just want to walk away peacefully. We're no longer part of each other's stories, and that's okay. Please stop watching us. Stop talking about us. I truly hope you both find peace and happiness you're looking for. May life be kind to you. She said goodbye with grace. This is so freaking long, girlfriend. You could have done this in like, okay. But I want to make it clear, I never wish death on anyone. Well, that's intense. No one ever wishes death on anyone. Ooh, I hope you die. Well, I mean, thanks for the story. That was a crazy roller coaster ride. Oh my gosh. It's finally over. Oh my gosh. I've been recording for like 1 hour. It's over an hour now. Holy moly. Okay, all right, look, final words from me. I'll keep saying it. I've never hated anyone I've talked about. We make mistakes. No one is evil in this sense, okay? We're all part of the problem. This world has us fighting, misunderstanding each other, and taking sides and this and that. No one is freaking Lucifer and no one is God in this situation. No one is kinder than the other person, myself included. No one is kinder than the other person or more evil than the other person. Everyone has done the right thing and the wrong thing in this whole drama. But I will say something. This is the one difference that I will say that I have, and it's not to say I'm better or kinder. I think I have more clarity than these people. That's it. Clarity. That's the only thing. I think that all the people in this story today lacks clarity. I'm not saying I'm the most clear-headed person, but I think from an outsider, from a mediator, POV, I have more clarity in this sense, right? And I can see both of them, both parties. No one's kinder than the other, no one's worse than the other. They got involved, had petty drama, but they're both willing to, I guess, move on. AEMLIST has made it clear that she wants to move on from the drama. I just really don't care at the end of the day. And also, I just don't think that they're both bad people. They're not. We're all part of the system. I think we're all in the system. We've got to do what we've got to do. We're doing the best we can. I really do believe that we are. So I want to leave this behind too. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm tired, my loves. If you've enjoyed this video, see my efforts. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it to your friends. That's your way of giving back to me. Please, I'm tired. I worked so hard for this episode. And follow my vlog page. Yes, this one will be a lot to edit. Comment below to let me know what video you would like to see next week. And in the meantime, stay away from drama. Tell your friends you love them. And I'll see you guys next week in next week's episode. Bye.